JP Morgan has a wonderful case study on this. If we look at the returns of the S&P 500 for the 20-year period going from 05 to 2024, if you just stayed invested, if you had $10,000 from this period, you would have had an annualized rate of return of over 10%.
Unbelievable.
Can you imagine that $10,000 turned into close to $72,000?
That's wild. Returns I would take any day of the week.
Absolutely.
But that's if you stay invested. If you got scared, if you sold, if you missed just the 10 best days, this $70,000 would be cut to nearly $33,000. If you missed the 20 best days in a 20-year period, you'd be $20,000. If you missed the 60 best days, hard to miss, but you'd have a negative return. You'd have about $4,000, $5,000.
What's amazing to me is that people see this illustration, and we just turned a 10% annualized rate of return. If you miss 10, it's down to 6. You miss 20, it's down to 3.5. Miss 30 a month of that period, it's down to 1%, basically less than cash. Is that I always see trolls crawl out from underneath the bridge, and they go, I've seen this illustration before. We all talk about missing the best days. I would miss the worst days too.
Because I'm that good.
And I always remind, and this is why it gets back to the whole point of the key takeaway here is consistency is key, is that, look, to be a good investor, you get to be lazy. You don't have to do anything. You just have to set the behavior of saving and investing and then just grin and bear, or put, I've heard, Aaron, you talk about put on your blinders, is just hang in there through the whole process. To actually miss the worst days, you got to nail it on two different sides of it. You have to actually sell before the markets go down, and then you have to buy back. Now, Aaron, I've seen some in this data, and there's something about that these things are all interconnected, so you really couldn't time those worst days, could you?
The best days and the worst days are usually within a week or two of each other. So trying to get in and out is just, it's a fool's game. We all have day jobs. We're not
That's
doing
not what
that.
we're going to do with our full time. So the question becomes, okay, well, what do we do with this? What is the key takeaway? And one of the things we like to say around here is we don't want you to squeeze the sponge before it's fully soaked in. Far too often we see people say, okay, I understand. I'm going to start investing. I'm going to get my money working for me. But a year goes by, 2 years, 3 years. I think, man, I'm not a millionaire yet. Like, I've saved most of the money in my account is what I've saved. Or maybe there was a downturn and actually less than I put in, and they end up bailing out far too early. But we know that if you can give it time and you can let the money stay in, you can let compounding interest take hold, it turns into something amazing, but you have to give it time to get there. You have to actually let your money start working for you.
What I always worry about is the quit. Is because people get motivated. I'm sure you look at your data too, Aaron. I know, like last month, close to a third of our audience was brand new people to the channel. And so I know that we're inspiring a lot of people probably to go fund your Roth IRA the first time. But there's also a lot of people that are going to get excited, but then that first downturn is going to happen and they're just going to quit. Because none of this works without the consistency. So that's why one of the behaviors that I talk about and get really excited about sharing with people is what I call ABB. Always be buying. If you just can automate the process and set it and forget it, you will protect yourself not only from those downsides coming and scaring you to death, but you're going to see it as an opportunity because you're going to be buying into that volatility and making money even when things are going up and when things are going down.
Like you said, put the blinders on. And also in the beginning, I always like to remind people, we are doing the grunt work. The market's not yet carrying us. So if you do the grunt work, you put your legs in it, you're climbing the stairs. You're not taking the elevator.
That's right.
So in the beginning, we get the good legs, we get the good glutes. You put the work in. You hang in there, you don't bail.
Good legs and good glutes. That's what we're here
Way
for.
to pull in, because I always tell people, don't skip leg day.
Yes.
Because everybody, if you get into the whole workout routine, you always know the worst workouts are leg workouts, and that's why you see people all muscular on top and all skinny on the bottom. We're all about building up the glutes and the legs. I love that.
And so one of the ways that you can make sure that you're able to stay consistent is have a plan that you believe will be successful both before the volatility happens, while the volatility is going on, and even after the volatility is passed. If you're someone who gets skittish and is afraid of the markets, maybe going out there and buying a triple levered ETF is not the way that you need to start your investing journey. If you're someone who even the thought of just the stock market in general concerns you, maybe you should think about a solution like a target retirement index fund, where all you have to do is answer two questions. How much can I save? And when do I think I might need that money? And you can literally set it and forget it and always be buying and purchase that every single month, whether the market is up, whether the market is down, and you don't have to waste mental calories creating opportunities for you to not be consistent.
And I've been investing for probably 25 years at this point. I don't know. It's been decades. But when there is volatility, I don't check it. That's my rule. So the market's down, went down 1,000 points. I'm like, I don't care what my account's doing. I'm still going to need this in 20 years time, 30 years time. Today doesn't matter.
That is a great outlook. But I think a lot of people, back to those new investors, they're probably like, okay, this sounds great, but I don't even know, should I be funding an emergency reserve? Should I be funding Roth IRAs? Where am I at in my financial journey? And that's why we love, I reached down for it. It's almost like there is a system that will tell you what to do with your next dollar, so you can go ahead and triage your personal situation and figure out exactly where are you in your financial order of operations.